Hello, this is Janice from Space to Relax, and the video I'm about to show you is a replay of a live Qigong class which I taught this morning via Zoom. This video is suitable for those of you who are beginners and also anyone who might have a little bit more advanced Qigong training. I hope you enjoy it, and if you'd like to join me for the live classes, then please click the link which is next to this video. If you're watching this video on YouTube, then so you don't miss future videos that I upload here, just hit the red subscribe button. Hi everyone, and welcome to the class today. And today's class topic was suggested by one of our members, and she wanted to know about using Qigong in order to help with sinus congestion. And I thought that was a great suggestion because many people suffer with this, and also the associated pressure and pain and maybe headaches that go along with sinus congestion. And the thing about sinus in terms of Chinese medicine and Qigong is that it's all connected with your lung system from a Chinese medicine point of view. So if you have congestion and mucus up here in the sinus area and all around here, then this is really a symptom of what's called mucus or dampness or phlegm accumulating in those narrow little sinus passages, and then they can become inflamed or infected. So what we need to do from a Chinese medicine point of view, as well as working with clearing the mucus or the phlegm that might be present, is we also need to work on strengthening the lung system, the function of the lung system, and improving the circulation of fluid around the body. So for the information that I'm going to show you today, for the methods I'll show you today, what I will do is I'll start standing up and then I will finish sitting down because I want to also show you a couple of acupressure points which might be of help to you in order to clear the sinuses as well. You can start today by either sitting or by standing up, and so just find a comfortable position for yourself. And this first exercise is a simple movement which is taken from the 8 pieces of brocade method. So those of you who are Space to Relax members and have got as far as the 8 pieces of brocade, then you can have a look at this one. It's number 4 in the series. And what this simple movement does is it's actually a simple head turning movement. And what it does is when it's squeezing the lymph channels here on the sides of the neck, it's just giving them a gentle squeeze to move the fluid through and thereby kind of helping to clear everything here up in the head in the sinuses. So all you need to do is just stand, first of all, either with your hands just down by your sides, knees slightly bent, in your Qigong standing position. And if you're not sure of the Qigong stance, then I can put the link next to this video for that. So when you look at the replay, you'll be able to see the link to the Qigong stance. And if you're sitting, just find a comfortable sitting position, maybe with your hands on your lap, or just one hand on top of the other over Dantian, like this. And just settling the body and the mind to begin with by closing the eyes, close the mouth. The tongue rests against the roof of your mouth, and the tip of the tongue rests against the back of your upper teeth. Bring a smile to the corners of your mouth just to relieve any tension in your face. And breathing in and out through the nose. So as you breathe in, feeling the belly expand in all directions, forwards, sideways, backwards. And as you breathe out, feeling the belly shrink, getting smaller, shrinking back towards the spine. So settling into your practice now, relaxing your whole body. And if you notice any areas of tension anywhere in your body right now, each time you breathe out, just say to yourself, relax, and let go in that area. And also now, relaxing the mind. Feeling relaxation, expansion in your mind, feeling your forehead, your temples relax, feeling the top of your head, relaxing, the skin of your scalp, relaxing, almost visualizing any tightness or any little areas of wrinkles ironing themselves out each time you breathe out. Relaxing the mind from the inside out towards the scalp. And now just gently opening your eyes so that you can see me. So for this movement, what you want to be conscious of is just the position of the head and keeping the chin parallel with the floor. So as you're going to turn the head to the side, so if I put my hand under my chin here, and as I turn to the side, I'll just show you what I mean. Don't do anything yet, but just watch. As I turn my head to the side, hopefully you see that my hands and my chin are parallel with the floor, with the ground, and then turning back. So what you don't want is any kind of dropping of the chin down like this so that you're looking down, because that's putting too much strain on the back of your neck. And you also don't want the head going up too high like this, because again, that's washing all the vertebrae in the back of the neck. So as much as you can, keeping the chin parallel with the floor. So now just making the arms nice and loose and relaxed, give them a shake out. Okay, and just checking your lovely Qigong standing position and just tucking the chin in slightly towards the throat so you feel that lovely length in the back of the neck. Now we'll begin with the neck movement first, and then we'll bring in an extra little bit of hand movement too, just to enhance this movement for you. So what I'd like you to do first is just turn the head as though you're looking back over your shoulder, just turning to the side, breathing normally, not worrying too much about the breath for now, and only go as far as your neck will allow, and then come back to the center. And then turn in the other direction, keeping the chin parallel with the ground or the floor, and coming back. Now bringing the breath in, take a breath in as you're facing the front, and as you breathe out, turn the head to the side. Breathing into the center, and turning the head to the side. And as you perform this movement, breathing in, breathing out, you can feel that the side which you're turning to is kind of squashing your neck on that side. Breathing in and breathing out. And what that's doing is stimulating the flow of lymph, of fluid through that area in a gentle way. Breathing in, breathing out to the side. And that's not squashing or obstructing the flow of fluid, it's just helping to drain it from the sinus area. Breathing in, breathing out. Breathing in. So now, keeping going with that, bringing your mind into this now, be thinking as you breathe out to the side of any mucus or fluid draining from the sinuses, down through the neck, into the top, kind of sitting above the collarbones. Breathing in, breathing out, draining the sinuses. Breathing in. One more time to each side. Maybe close your eyes now. So you can visualize the sinuses draining. Breathing in, breathing out. And breathing in, and just relaxing. And just watch me for the next part now. So we're going to bring the hands into this. So what you're going to do is you're just going to breathe in and place the hands, palms facing down towards the ground with the fingertips facing in towards each other, but not touching. And then as you breathe out to the side, you're going to keep the palms parallel with the ground as well as the chin. And you're just going to make a fan with your hands. So you're just going to move the fingers towards the outside as you turn the head. You see how my elbows stay quite close to my body? And then as I breathe back into the center, I'm going to drop the fingertips down, almost as though I'm scooping the chi or the energy forward. And then placing the hands back down, palms facing the ground, and breathing out to the other side. Breathing in. And now in one movement, turning the hands over and breathing out, sending the fingers out to the sides. Breathing in. And hands turning over, breathing out. And just keeping going with that. Breathe in. Breathe out. And this movement of the hands is also helping to move the fluid from the head area, but it's also a great benefit to the back, to the lower back. What you're doing is you're creating a lovely spinal twist here and really helping by stimulating the channels of qi flow in the arms. We're causing a lot more circulation to go down into the lower back as well. In fact, around the whole body. One more time to each side. Maybe trying with your eyes closed. See how that feels. Breathe out. And breathe in. And now just bringing, as you breathe in, bringing one hand to rest over the lower belly, the other hand on top. And just closing the eyes for a moment. See how that feels. And see how the sides of the neck feel. Do you feel a little bit more loose and open in that area? Also, obviously, paying attention to the sinuses. Bringing a smile to the corners of your mouth. And now opening your eyes and just bringing the hands, the fingertips up to above the collarbones. And what we're going to do is we're just going to tap around this area all the way out, in and out, just to really stimulate the flow of any fluid which is drained down from the sinuses and allowing it to go back into the channels of lymph flow. The lymph drains into the subclavian vein, so this is kind of promoting that drainage so that your body can then expel any of that excess fluid that is causing the sinuses to be blocked. This is also stimulating a couple of really good points on the lung channel as well. So really helping to enhance the function, the physical function of your breathing. And the lung is also connected with the emotions of sadness and grief and the kind of more mental aspects of self-worth and value. So by stimulating your lung system, you're really promoting the functions mentally, physically, and emotionally of a balanced and healthy lung on all levels. Okay, and just allowing the hands to drop down, maybe giving them a little shake out now. So you should now be feeling kind of a little bit more open in the sinus area, in the head, in the chest area. And just take one deep breath in through the nose now. Really big breath, and one big deep breath out through the nose. And possibly as well, if you were feeling a little bit blocked or stagnant in the area of the head, you maybe feel a little bit more alert. You may feel that things seem a little bit brighter. You feel a little bit more focused as well after performing that exercise. So the second part of this clearing the sinuses is actually to show you an acupuncture point. So I'm going to come and sit down and show you where it's 2 points actually either side of the nostrils. Okay, so what I'd like you to do now is just take your index fingers. You want the tips of your index fingers, and what I want you to do is just place them either side of the nostrils. So you see where the crease is here, called the nasolabial groove. So you want your fingers to be in this crease and level with the outside edge of your nostril, just sitting in the crease. And if you press on those areas just a little bit, give it a little bit of pressure, you might find that they feel quite tender. If they feel tender, you know that you're on the point. So now what I'd like you to do is with both hands now, just give a little bit of a massage, just a little bit of pressure, moving the fingers in a circular motion. This is also a great point for anyone who has lost or having trouble with their sense of smell. And then circling in the other direction. And you can do this for as long as you want, apart from you would stop if these points feel a little bit numb. If you start to feel numb here, you know that you're overstimulating the point. And you don't need to use too much pressure to feel that little bit of tenderness, or you don't need to go for too long with this in order to stimulate the flow of qi in this point and really help to clear the sinuses and also enhance your sense of smell. So just working with this point here. It's called yin xiang in Chinese. Okay, and just working with that. And maybe close your eyes. Just see how that feels. If you have any of you, any deviated septum or nasal polyps, anything like that, or if your nose is blocked for whatever reason, it doesn't have to be sinus, then these points are really helpful for unblocking and clearing the nasal passages. And so now just giving your hands a little shake, shaking your hands up. And then if you're sitting, just resting the hands on your lap. If you're standing, hands just by your sides. Closing the eyes for a moment. Come back to your abdominal breathing. And now just notice how your breathing feels. How open you feel in the nasal passages, in the sinuses. Having used that simple Qigong movement of turning the head to look back over your shoulder and stimulating the yin xiang acupuncture points. Placing one hand over the lower belly, the other hand on top, and just bringing your mind to Dantian, to that area, your energy, your qi center in the lower abdomen. Keeping the eyes closed now. If you're wearing glasses, you might want to take them off. Bringing the hands together and rubbing the palms until they get really, really hot. Placing one hand over each eye, fingers facing up towards the ceiling or the sky. Feeling the heat and the warmth passing through the eyes to nourish them and back into the mind. As you feel that heat dissipating, then just giving yourself a little face wash, a little face massage to bring yourself back into the room. And as you do that, slowly opening the eyes. So that's a couple of little Qigong tricks and methods you can use in order to help to stimulate the flow and clear the sinuses. So hopefully you enjoyed that. You can use that method for if you have a cold, if there's any blockage at all up here, if you feel you have a headache that's very frontal, that can stimulate the flow of qi in the front of the face and in the forehead and around the temples. So that can really help to clear a headache for you as well. So I hope you found that helpful. Sinusitis and sinus problems are really quite common. I treat quite a lot of them in my Chinese medicine and acupuncture clinic. So I'd often share these tips with my clients as well. And there are a couple of other videos which I've previously made which would help and go along with this one. One of them would be using the Qigong for lymphatic drainage and helping with lymph circulation. So I'll put the link to that next to this video in the replay. And the other one is using Qigong to help boost the immune system, because the lungs are involved in immunity and your healthy defense against disease and infection. So there's a couple of other videos which you could link in with this one and make up a Qigong routine. So I hope you found that helpful. As always, if you have any questions, then please email me, janice@spacetorelax.com. You can also post your questions in my Facebook group, which is Space to Relax Free Qigong Group. And these classes are free for everybody to join, but if you would like to donate, then as some of you know from last week, I was doing a big swim across Tralee Bay of 4.5 kilometers and raising money for the lifeboat. So that lifeboat donation link is open on my page, and I'll also put the link to it next to the replay for this video. So I'll be collecting money for the lifeboats until the end of tomorrow, which is Friday, and you can donate as little or as much as you want, but you don't have to donate anything at all. As I said, these classes are free, but we were raising money during our swim, which was sublime. The weather was fabulous. And so if you want to contribute, that would be most appreciated by the people who go out and risk their lives to save our lives when we're in the sea. On a daily basis. At the moment here in Ireland, people are using the water a lot, and the rescue services are out every single day somebody gets into trouble. So those are the people that could save your life. So I hope you enjoyed the lesson anyway, and if you have any questions at all, please just get in touch, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.
If you enjoyed this video and you'd like to learn some more Qigong from me, then you can do 3 things. The first thing is you can sign up for my free 3-part Qigong video series, which will be delivered to your email over the course of around a week. And you'll find the link to sign up for that on my homepage, on my website, which is spacetorelax.com. The second thing you can do is sign up and join me for the Zoom live classes. So I'll put the link next to this video somewhere either below or above, so you can sign up and join me there. And the third thing you can do if you're watching this video on YouTube is hit the red subscribe button so that you don't miss any future videos from me. If you did enjoy this video, then please share it with your family and friends. Hopefully they'll join in and have some fun with practicing Qigong too. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.